They say you running plays, that's Ishtalk. You say you getting paid, that's Ishtalk. You see me with my babe, that's Ishtalk. The money in that way, that's Ishtalk. I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg.
Yo,
I
yo,
beg, I
yo,
beg, I
welcome
beg
to
you.
another
We
episode of
from
the
the
Lord
bottom, come from
Show,
nothing. Who
Ishtalk
say
TV,
we know.
on this
They say you
beautiful
running plays, that's
Saturday
Ishtalk.
morning.
You say
Yo,
you
I hope
getting
you had
paid,
a
that's
good week.
Ishtalk. You see me with my babe,
Um,
that's Ishtalk. The money in
the
that way,
one thing
that's
that
Ishtalk.
ruined my fucking week, I got word. It came back from the dead, y'all, and it's coming back. Fuddruckers in Chinatown. Of all places, you would bring back fucking Fuddruckers, the smallest. It was so small in there. Pause. Tourists. First of all, I hate the name Fuddruckers. I hate the colors. In my past experience, I was traumatized at the Fuddruckers in Chinatown in 2010. I was took a girl there. We were doing something. She wanted to take a picture at the thing, the Chinese thing. So I'm got to fight off homeless people. I already gave your man walking over homeless piss. We get up in there, it's so crowded, and the food is so nasty looking. And the girl I'm with, big girl, she ordered a big ass burger, and once I saw all the mustard she put on that, I got up and left. I got up and left. She probably ate my fries too before wondering where I was at. I'm already back in Virginia. I hope homeless people just shit in front of that place and no 70 buses come by just cause that's there. It came back. That's how much I hate Fuddruckers. The 70 line, the 79. Don't stop. Don't go there no more. Hope homeless people just hang out there, just have parties. Why? Why? Anyway, I ain't even want to holler at y'all about that. I hope you got some kush at the crib, some cat in the bed, and some cash in your pocket. One more can be said. I hate these type of people that people with money, they put these stupid ass signs up. Apparently, this is in Georgetown. You can tell by the George Washington slave quarters they have underneath the steps. That's what it looks like to me. Things I trust more than Donald Trump. Flint, Michigan tap water. Come on, guys. People got brain aneurysms. Their frontal lobe is lead. They got a lead frontal lobe. That's funny to you? Gas station, Wawa sushi. Bill Cosby as a bartender. Come on, knock it off. Pudding pop pops. Come on now, don't do that to Cosby. You can trust him more than Trump. Uh, Tom Brady putting air in tires. I trust Donald Trump. I trust. Ooh, that's try. Ooh, that's tough. That's a tough one though. Tom Brady or Donald Trump? Um, Casey Anthony daycare. Come on, guys. Really? A child died. Child died. These are the type of people that they just for any new wave. They probably got a Tesla, probably got a Cybertruck. Uh, and you can tell that they for whatever's popping because they got the fucking Ukraine flag in the back. You can see whenever I see those Ukrainian flags, I'm like, you're wasting my money. Gotham City. This is a big thing, y'all. Last week or last year, it was this big thing about this DC government worker charged with killing a 12-year-old. that allegedly was carjacking.
So basically what the jury determined is they refuted his stance that he acted in self-defense. So let's walk you through what Jason Lewis claimed throughout the trial. His defense presented that he was defending himself during that January 7th incident. But he said that when he walked out of his home, he saw a man or someone pointing a gun towards him and shooting at him, which prompted him to fire the first out of 3 shots. The other 2 shots were the ones that eventually struck and killed 13-year-old Karan Blake. The U.S. Attorney's Office provided us a full update of this case, and they're telling us that Lewis right now is facing 45 years behind prison.
Thing was, I thought the whole time that it was a white dude. It's not a white dude. It's a black dude. He had it all. A black dude got a government job. He was good. But he wanted to go see he wanted to find out. He found out. At the same time though, he shouldn't deserve to be. Give him 3 years. Give him 4 years. Just fuck that. A 12-year-old ain't supposed to be out at night. He didn't deserve to die. But where the fuck the parents at? Where the fuck you know where your kids at? That shit just pissed me off. He should have been at home sleep in the bunk bed with his cousins type shit. Not in no Hyundai. Hyundai or the bunk bed. Make up your mind. Which was talking about know where your kids at. This rapper got charged with attempted murder. Y'all heard about the story. The kid came on a school bus, teenager, tried to kill somebody, a kid, and the gun jammed. Baby K. Apparently he's a rapper, y'all. What the fuck we doing with our kids, y'all? The parents gotta be charged, or they gotta be a fine, or they gotta do something, community service. Some people shouldn't have fucking kids. Why are your kids on the bus with a fucking gun? You know what I mean? Now that kid got PTSD. You know what I mean? What the fuck are we doing? Should he deserve all that time? Yes. Fuck you doing? Fuck you doing? And those people that listen to his music, I'm going to that Omar clip. Some of our people got to go to sleep. Fuck up. Fuck God. Who raised you? Just let y'all know, I still got extra stuff from the sale. I'm still going half off. All right, for the 24% off for 2024. Kamala Harris flip-flops. All right, you got brown flip-flops, all different sizes, genders, flip-flops and brown ones, and we also got curry orange flip-flops. Okay, whatever day you want, whatever you want. You want to be, you know what I'm saying? And also, I got the Lane Bryant JD Vance collection, lingerie hillbilly collection. Check that out. It's selling like hotcakes. You know what I mean? These white people are buying it up. Now, let's get to this crazy shit I can't believe this. All my life, in my political life, I never thought that a Democrat can win Florida. You know Trump is down bad because he's doing songs with Kodak Black in Florida. But my friend in Miami, she hit me up 2 weeks ago. She was like, she showed me these TikToks of people saying that Kamala could win Florida. I'm like, nah, come on. Not Florida. That's Trump country. To talk about that and some other ish, I'm going to go to my guest. My first guest is a social commentator, YouTuber. Check out his channel on YouTube channel of Kool Kenny. Shout out to you, black man. And my second guest is a community organizer, political strategist, Ian Miller. Shout out to him. I'm looking at this and I'm like, can she actually pull this off? What is sparking this? Is it the like abortion thing or this?
So close in such a transaction that just happened a month ago.
Trump, he was like this. He got
Yeah.
shot. He might have to get shot again.
Damn. I think he's gonna survive that one.
The thing is, I think he's gonna fake that one. He's actually gonna pull on the assassination, but he actually gonna get shot. But see,
well, I'm sure he's so pissed right now. He's like, they tried to kill me and nobody cares anymore. Like, the attention span of the American public is too short now. I still think Trump will probably win Florida. And I think, like, there's promise here, but the Democrats would have to make a very real investment in their ground game, a very real investment in ad buys. And like every single dollar that they spend in Florida is a dollar they're not spending in Georgia or not spending in Pennsylvania or Michigan or these states that are the clearest path forward. There's something to be said about not spreading yourself too thin, but she's also been raising a lot of money. I mean, the fundraising's been going gangbusters for the Dems. So,
yeah, man. And apparently, there's this new term out there for voters that hate both sides. That percentage got cut in half. You know, those people that hate Trump and hate Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
All this change and. There's a lot of people that are. I'm sorry.
Okay, never.
Oh, what'd you say?
Oh, like you said, like Trump and Kamala, but you meant like Trump and Biden, right? Like,
yes.
Sorry, my bad.
Let's see. The new Monmouth University poll found the number of double haters, voters who dislike both candidates, has been cut in half since Harris joined the race. The poll found 8% of voters do not have favorable views of Harris or Trump, while 17% said that they do not have favorable views of either Biden or Trump. I would like to say I've been a hater all my life, so I identify myself as a double hater. But with that being said, I don't think those people are going to. I mean, a lot of them went to Kamala, but. I don't think I can become a person that can still vote for Kamala, knowing that the things I know, and I don't think I can let that go and vote for her. What do you guys think?
I'm looking at because I see myself as a double hater too, and from
we
the
got outside, 3 double haters. Are you a double hater? Are you a double hater?
Absolutely a double hater.
I'm a double hater. But from the outside looking in, I'm like, if Trump plays his cards right, he could win this thing by a landslide.
What can he do, brother? Because he's low energy Trump right now.
Yeah, he tripping now.
He only has one rally left this month, and he's done for the month. So, and apparently his venues got changed, and he's losing. He can't even say he got the biggest crowds no more.
It's like he lagging back. Like I can only like describe it in basketball terms. Like you milking the clock and you only up 1. And there's so much time left. So much time left. Don't milk the clock, bro. You already know some of the weak points, and clearly you could just annihilate her. I don't know what his team thinking. I know if it was me, I'd be like, this Joan has no plan. But now she has a plan.
She has a plan.
She has a plan. So now you just gotta wait for the debate.
But Ian, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, to your question, I think people are so sick of the lesser of two evils argument. But when we're talking about Trump, I mean, I think we are talking about a much, much greater evil. We're talking about somebody who wants to, fire all of these government bureaucrats and replace them with loyalists who won't know how to do their job. He's somebody who is going to enact climate policies that are going to be disastrous. He's not going to do anything about it. I think that they are coming after people's civil rights, just across the board, and that Trump is somebody who tried to coup this country on January 6th. That, like, I am fully like under I feel very, very strongly that a Trump second presidency may very well be the end of American democracy as we know it, as close to a democracy as we really have right now, but like it will be disastrous. But like the thing is, like, you know, to the thing that you started the podcast with in Georgetown, right? It's always the Democrats. It's just this anti-Trump message. Orange man bad, orange man bad.
Right.
But like, you know, people are struggling to pay for groceries right now. You know, people my age don't see themselves as being like homeowners, right? I was out at the bar the other night and I was talking to a guy that was majoring in engineering. He's like talking about how his rent in College Park, you know, living outside University of Maryland, was $900 a month. And it was the best rent that any of his friends had. That guy's going to be an engineer, and he's saying, I'm not sure I can ever really have a home. That is like that's what they need to be speaking to. You know, it's crazy.
I do you one better, bro. I just seen today, I'm perusing Redfin, and I see a house in Landover for $500K. Since when do you see a house in Landover at Kentland for $500K? And then I seen the house. I said, I seen that house. $500K? Get out of here.
But Bidenomics, they're doing so well for the American people. It's like, no, who is buying into that? All right, like as a 22-year-old, like I don't give a fuck about your 401k. Okay, like I would like to be a homeowner in my lifetime. Like, and it's like there needs to be a proactive vision of what are you going to do and what are you going to deliver for the American people, and that, you know, the other side is bad. It's not enough of an argument. And I think less and less people are buying into it. And I think the Democratic Party, you know, is the only vehicle that we have for change right now. And I think that, you know, we need people that are going to step up inside of it and challenge the powers that be and call people on their shit and speak truth to power. But like, you know, the Republicans have gone so far to the right that they are just such an existential threat to this country, to this planet, to the functioning of democracy that I'm in for Kamala.
Hold on. All right, well, all right, cool. Do you think that this will be the end of democracy?
Nah,
if Trump is elected?
I told people last term, I said, why don't we vote Trump back in, let him do his 4 and get him out of here? Maybe he wouldn't have tripped in January 6th if that happened. If he won, he'd be like, all right, 4 years. We dealt with Bushes. I know in my time, I dealt with the Bushes. Clinton was an easy 8. Really didn't. If we were in anything, I was a kid then. I wasn't paying attention, but I wasn't worried. Parents didn't seem worried. Fast forward to Bush with the 9/11, we, you know, all that shit. We and then getting reelected, I said, all right, if we could bear down this 4 years, we could survive. Then there was Obama. So I'm thinking now, you know, fast forward to 2024, 25. I wouldn't mind. I'm a little more reluctant to put a vote towards Kamala because Trump already did it. Give him his 4, get him out, and then we'll work with the Democratic Party, whatever y'all got in store the next 4. Let's talk about it. But right now, you're not showing me anything.
Ian, have you came across a lot of voters like that?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I think people are really concerned about their material conditions. And I think that, you know, it's going to be the end of democracy isn't necessarily a message because people have more immediate needs that they see in front of them. They, you know, they want to feel safe. They want to have an opportunity.
So his whole team, the campaign, there's his backers, the Candace Owens, the Megyn Kelly, the Nick Fuentes, they are basically telling his campaign, yo, y'all need to change this shit right now.
Something feels a little different right now. A few weeks ago, Donald Trump survived an assassination attempt, and it was very clear to me, and I think to the entire world, that he was going to win the election because he emerged as a leader in his response and in his speeches thereafter, in the way that he communicated with the crowd. It just seemed so obvious that in order to defeat the deep state, who I believe was behind this assassination attempt, that we needed to elect Trump. But things have changed in just a very short time. The energy of the MAGA campaign feels very different. Now, at first, I was owing that to the fact that there has to be some reasonable trepidation. You don't just survive an assassination attempt and just keep going. And you don't come out of that not being a fundamentally changed person. And I think, by the way, for the better, like, really recognizing how precious life is, maybe perhaps being further committed to Christian principles as a leader. You're going to be changed having survived an assassination attempt. But there is something else that seems to have happened where I'm just not sure who is driving the MAGA bus anymore.
Basically saying what everyone else was saying, like, hey man, you're talking too much. Your speeches are too long. Your messaging, the way you're attacking Kamala is not working. No one cares. The way you hit her race, talking about her race wasn't hitting. And you have to stop talking about Biden.
Yeah.
Let Biden go.
It's old news.
Gee.
Old news.
Every time he bring up Biden, I'm like, bruh, he's gone. You got to move on.
If they just honed in on crime, the economy, and immigration, I mean, like that would be their path. I mean, but the Republicans are just so intent on just being so racist weird. All the time.
And I hate weird. To use, I was about to use the term. Naturally.
I mean, J.D. Vance is a freak. That guy believes scary shit and doesn't believe in democracy. Like he doesn't. He thinks that there's a better form of government with less voting rights for people. I think that's wrong, and I think that's weird. Like,
okay, all right. Well, you think that's weird. I also think it's weird that Kamala just got put there. She wasn't voted, and when she ran her own thing, she didn't even get any votes. She dropped out before they even got to California. But she's the candidate for the Democrats right now. And she's hiding, but she did come out with some policies, right?
She did.
Yeah. All right, but Stephen A. Smith was one of the people that called her out. With a lot of people, we were like you said, Ian, earlier. Like she was hiding for a while.
Biden stepped aside.
You guys hear it?
Yeah.
As the presumptive Democratic nominee on July 21st. Okay. Now I'm going to look at this right now. I'm looking at my calendar because I just want to make sure. July 21st was a Sunday. We've had 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 1 day since Joe Biden stepped aside. The only damn place we've seen Kamala Harris is at pep rallies. What's up?
What's up?
Somebody.
Oh, with Megan Thee Stallion twerking.
You got to say something.
I can't ignore that.
And it can't just be the conservatives. Right is right. I'm talking to my sister here. Come on now. You running for the presidency of the United States of America. You got my vote. You running for the presidency of the United States of America. What you hiding for? And I mean hiding in plain sight. Somebody got to say it. Somebody got to say it. Now, you can't be running for the presidency of the United States. Not one single press conference, not one single one-on-one sit-down interview where somebody gets to question you about the questions that we ask.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, why? When I seen this video, I was like, yeah. And see, I didn't see the policies. I seen that like, let's say about 3-4 hours ago. When I heard this video, I was like, true, I'm with it. And shoot, then I, 2 or 3 hours after I seen the video, I seen the policies. Now I read a little bit of it. And then I seen something on Spiritual Word like 15 minutes ago that she's going to cancel the Medicare debt for millions of Americans. I wanted to read more on that, and I didn't get that chance. But I'm going to do some research. I owe it to myself and her and the Kamalites because I've been foot on neck on her. And that's one of the topics I brought up. Like, where's the policies? And now the policies.
Yeah. So there it is, motherfucker. Look at them.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I've been getting them screenshots. Oh, you want? I'll check it. I'll check it. I got you. I'm
I
gonna
got
read
you.
it.
Just give me some.
Yeah.
I
Please.
already got those text messages.
It just dropped. Dang. They was like, look. I got you. Got you.
I think it's a very strategic move right now that they're like, okay,
It's about
we
damn
got
time.
2 months left. We got 2 months left, and we keep letting Trump run his mouth, and he's going crazy. But I think it's also they're hiding her from interactions with uh protesters for Palestine. That's
Mm.
also a big part of it. They don't
Mm.
every time that you put yourself into a public space and then you say something substantive, that's gonna have a result. And they're trying to walk this fine line of, you know, positioning her and being a little more performative about Palestine, but not making any substantive changes. And it's not really sustainable. I think chickens are gonna come home to roost on that one.
Jeez.
But
Ian turned into Malcolm X on this.
I know, right? Hey, keep it going. Keep it going. You
But I
got
mean,
the
this
mic.
this right here, this is promising. This is a shift where she's shifting away from Bidenomics. She's acknowledging the pain that Americans are feeling in their wallets and saying, hey, like, I'm going to do something economically for you. And that's how Democrats can win. That's how they can win. And like, I'm liking a lot of the economic policy that I'm seeing out of her, but like, I got to see something different about Gaza.
Yeah, and for me is I hear it. I need to see it now because the Democrats they've been promising a lot and not hitting the numbers like they supposed to. Like you should. I mean, you're in power now, so run with it. And then if you got this opportunity, Kamala, you run through the door and make it happen. I want to see action. I don't want to hear the rah-rah talk no more. I'm done with the Megs. I'm done with the we can do it and be unburdened by what has been. And let's just get it going. Let's win. If that's her plan, hey, let's get it. I don't know if I want to vote for it yet though, because I
I
haven't
know.
seen her debate it. I want to see the debate. Talk your shit.
Ian, you were talking about how it's been a while, like she's been hiding out and she needed to do something. And the way she was, how long can you live off just vibes? That's what we were saying. And the honeymoon, I was surprised that the honeymoon lasts this long. Like right after she, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Mm.
But well,
they kept the ball rolling with the Waltz pick. I mean, the internet loved it.
that extended it.
And
That
it
extended it. See, that's where all the double haters came from. That's why I can't get too mad at her. She picked.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
I'm close to it.
Clearly.
But it's just yeah, I just can't trust her. But when it comes back to Palestine, hey, shout out to those people that are at the DNC protesting. They said it's going to be how many people in, or or
I'm not sure, but I mean,
it's going to be big.
Gonna happen. Stuff's
It's going to be big.
Didn't something happen yesterday? She was at the school here in the DMV.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There were some people that heckled. I mean, that's been keeping up. I mean,
but the way she did those people in the first time, she said, I'm talking. If you wanna say something.
That was terrible.
That was terrible. That was a bad look.
That's what that was.
And then
wondering.
you noticed she readjusted at the Arizona rally.
Yeah,
she's like, I'm gonna handle this differently because people didn't like that, and they shouldn't. Like people want kids to stop being killed with our tax dollars. All right, like don't like high road. I'm like it's gross. It's gross.
Yeah, that's
I don't like it.
Like,
and
after that, she talked to I think she was in Michigan or somewhere, or whatever it was at, and she spoke with two activists, and she said that she will agree to having a meeting with them. And at the rally, like you said, someone spoke out, and she adjusted herself, but it still came off as sassy bitch. But at the end of the day, her policies, and when it comes to Israel, like the tightrope that she's on right now, it's not going to work, like you said. And Kenny, and the way and when it comes to certain things, you're not those type of voters. Like I still can't. They still don't trust you.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Israel, there's this thing online with the Palestine Americans. They were getting mad at people that switched sides and voted. They decided to go for Kamala after they were so hard on Biden. But once Kamala got nominated, the whole steam sort of went away. What y'all think about that, Kenny? What do you think about, like, do you think the people that about the people that were going hard for Palestine, and then I'm the coconut queen now?
Yeah, I think it's still honeymoon phase.
It's still?
I think it's still honeymoon phase for them, and I think it's gonna come back. They're gonna get a little bit more. They're gonna get back to where they were. They're not gonna. It's a cool off phase now, but when they see ain't nothing getting done, then it's gonna rev back up. Just like you said, when college let back up, everything's revving, and then because time is ticking, debates about to happen. Ooh, and you better say the right thing, because that's probably gonna be topic one. Gaza, go.
And I mean, like, you see it, I think a big part of it was people hated Joe Biden that are on the left and that are young. They wanted him gone so badly that people were excited about that. But like, there are going to be conversations that are had for the next 2 months that people are going to be reacting to her policy and what she says on this. And like, you notice, like, when Netanyahu came to speak at the Senate, she wasn't there, but she wasn't boycotting. Like, she had a scheduling conflict or whatever. It's just like, you're not going to be able to walk that forever. But I think the lesson to learn in these past, since the change has been made, if you give the base what they want, it does well for your chances to win the election. All right. And like, to be clear, I mean, Trump would be devastating. He would be so much worse for the situation. Like his Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump's husband, has been talking about beachfront properties in Gaza. Like, these are people pro settlement, annexation. Like, Trump moved the capital to Jerusalem. Trump is like, and is got all these evangelical Christians who go as hard for Israel as the Zionists themselves, that like, it would be terrible. But at the same time, like, you need to give people something to vote for. You need to give people something to vote for. And that has to be a shift that people see. Now, I think, like, she gave a speech in Alabama that apparently the national security apparatus, like, tried to tone down when she initially called for a ceasefire. And I think the people around her were smart. And I think some of it may be genuine. I think she may care more than Biden. But at the same time, like, Israel runs democratic politics. Like, it does. Like, you're seeing Cori Bush. It runs, like, Cori Bush, Jamal Bowman. These are elected officials that were some of the hardest fighting people for working people, for tenants, for workers, for poor people, that were in Congress, and they were disposable with millions of dollars that were going to be spent against them because of what they said. And so that is a factor that the Democrats fear. That they fear AIPAC, and progressives don't have an answer for it electorally. That I think she's weighing those dynamics. I mean, the other thing is just, Israel is a satellite state for the United States out there. It is our projection of power in the region of the world where oil is produced. I mean, it's very important for the American empire to sustain itself, is that it needs the state of Israel. And it's in this impossible spot where, people have been watching children burned alive on their social media. People have been watching a genocide take place in real time, and that you can't deny it. But at the same time, they don't feel like they're in a position to really shift on it. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But I think our economy functions on wars. I mean, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing massive escalations in Ukraine right now. We're seeing escalations in the Middle East with, the assassination of the person they were negotiating the ceasefire with.
Right.
You're not serious about negotiating if you're killing the person you're negotiating with. And then in that same stretch, they killed a Hezbollah commander in Beirut, which was an enormous escalation, and they assassinated 2 Al Jazeera journalists that had not been assassinated yet in Gaza. So it's like, it's not okay. It's not okay. No. And I think the Democrats, where you may see this honeymoon phase end, is when Biden was collapsing and it was very clear he was going to lose in a landslide. People were lashing out at the young people. People are like, y'all must just want Trump. Y'all just must want Trump.
Or anti-Semitic,
yeah. Right. But I think Democrats, once these college campuses come back and once there is more pressure to see real substantive change and the dialogue around, okay, what is Kamala really going to do? What is Kamala really going to do? People may revert back to blaming the young people. People will revert back to attacking the progressives. And no, the bottom line is that I am a big believer that the moral responsibility, who the Democratic Party is supposed to be fighting for the little guy. It is a moral imperative to be protecting children above anything else. These are innocent kids. And it is, I stand in solidarity with everybody who is outraged, rightfully so, against our political party that is fully culpable in what's going on.
I agree hands down. Yeah,
Ian, you was cooking, man.
Yeah, the way Ian just painted this picture for folks listening that probably don't know or understand, it seems like I get the impression that there's opportunities to be had by both parties, and no one's going to grab at the opportunity because they're scared of that backlash, and it could risk them losing the election. Like, they want to say something, but they can't because this may happen and this may jeopardize you just need, you just go out and say it and stand on it.
At the same time, you're dropping 200-pound bombs on schools, nurseries.
At the same time.
Yeah, Kamala needs to come out with we need to see her stance sooner than later. But online,
the people protesting, they want an arms embargo. And it'll be interesting to see if that's something that they are even going to consider, because they've indicated that they're not. The bottom line is we need to stop giving weapons to people using it to slaughter an entire population so they can remove them and take their land. Like, that's.
At this point, somebody got to be like, yo, this is too much.
But the whole time we had a dead corpse for 10 months, a Zionist dead corpse. But back to Palestine, there was a lot of American Palestinians, they were going off on Black people and how they should have been more supportive and fuck them. Let's see if I can get some of them. It was a big thing. Damn. Let me see if I got it. And also, I want to ask, should Black people be more on the front lines when it comes to this?
Issues and for voting for Kamala Harris.
Black people also wear a uniform and get on a plane and come to our countries and kill us. You vote the same melanated people into government that sign papers to kill us. I don't want to hear it anymore.
The way you all switched up 180 on Palestinians and people who are Palestinian activists, the second we have a black woman run for office, is disgusting.
Keep Palestinians' names out of your mouth when you're trying to defend your decision for voting for Kamala.
It's not difficult. We're capable of caring. We didn't hear the audio, but from what I gathered, we got thrusted into this, and it's the support thing. Okay, we support, but I'm gonna guarantee her if she paid attention, a lot of us, and I'm not saying this to be frank, a lot of them are not notified. They're ill-informed. They're misinformed. They don't even know what's going on out there. They're more tuned into not even they're tuned into this Biden Kamala craze. They don't know what's going on in Gaza. Or like Ian said, the folks that got assassinated, they're cheating out there. They're killing the leaders, and they're not making Fox News. You got to catch it maybe on CNN or maybe even on TikTok. You get lucky, or one of us may post it, but still, this us. The millions of people are not catching on to this. So for them to thrust us on in there, you getting the support for the people that are informed, but I know it probably don't seem like a lot. That's because it's not a lot. Sorry.
The whole time it was to the river to the sea. Kamala's nominated. Girl.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Black girl magic.
What's that college thing that she's in?
AKA. I know she's a ski weed.
Yeah, ski weed.
I know they make that noise.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just crazy. Ian, what do you think about those Democrats that changed their mind once Kamala was nominated and they said fuck Palestine?
Well, I mean, I think like any social justice movement, like a lot of it is performative. A lot of it is I feel compelled to say something because everybody else is too. And I think when the ball got rolling around the excitement about Kamala, that was more exciting, and that people really don't want Trump again. But that I think there are a lot of people that really care about what's going on over there, really have skin in the game that's going on over there, that feel really let down by folks that were previously being very outspoken about this and are suddenly, ride or die Kamala. And, like I was elected to represent District 44B in 2022. I think I was the youngest elected Democrat in the state of Maryland, or the second youngest. But
congratulations.
Thank you.
We need young blood.
I rep an area that has, one of the biggest Muslim populations in the state, and it's people really feel like there's just such a disparity between institutional power and political pull between the Muslim and Jewish community in Maryland that people really don't see people fighting for them. But it's also very hard to feel being associated with the brand at all, because being associated with the Democratic Party brand, you are by association with bloodthirsty people that are okay about what's going on over there. And it's been a very difficult needle for me to thread. And then there have been a number of times where I have really felt like this may be a moment where I leave the Democratic Party, but it's the balance of like still being there and taking up space to say the right things and call people out when you're under the brand, like it, but it's tough. And I just, I think people need to, this is time for like put up or shut up. Like if you were talking about Palestine before, what are you doing now? What have you got to say about Kamala? And I think you're right to be pointing out that there's a lot of hypocrisy and there was a lot of performative nature to what people were doing there. Like if genocide wasn't okay under Joe Biden, it shouldn't be okay.
It shouldn't be okay for Kamala.
Right. And she gotta say something.
Yeah. Nina Turner, the best sister out.
I love her.
She came out with a little comment about the Black and Palestine, how we agree on shit. Let's see. This thing is blocking it. Black liberation and Palestinian liberation are connected. How? The elected officials who are sending bombs to kill Palestinians are the same elected officials who choose to uphold oppressive systems. We need to. I agree with those people that said that. What happened to y'all? Where your ass was at when? Yeah, where your ass was at when Biden was? Yeah, where were you at? Where were your ass at? You was with us, and now you got coconuts on your damn head.
Yeah, you still coconutting.
Yeah, but
Still coconut.
when we asked for a policy, she came with policies. At the end of the motherfucking day, turn off your phones, run for your lives. It's over. Blah, 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 yak, yak, yak. The gas is going to be up. The price of groceries. A Big Mac is $15. How much is a Little Mac? Give me a Little Mac.
I know a quarter pounder is $17.
Give me a little person
Mac.
Mac.
It's $17.
I can't say the other M word, but give me an MM Mac. All right. But everything is so damn high. Especially for young people, because I'm not young no more. I'm 35 years old. I haven't been able to buy a house. I've been an apartment kid all my damn life. But when it comes to this Gen Z, can you imagine being homeless at 12 years old? This is video MSNBC did. I think it's like 2 minutes long, but hold on.
And obviously being homeless before 18 as a kid, it does a lot, and it makes you ponder a lot.
A lot of people assume that homeless people don't have jobs or on drugs, but I kept a full-time job the whole time I was homeless. It's just that everything is so expensive nowadays that what do you prioritize? Like, do you prioritize eating over having a home? Do you prioritize having to pay to take a shower somewhere over getting a home?
I think my biggest stress right now is anything financial. I think minimum wage hasn't changed since you were 22, but the price of an apartment has tripled, So we as Gen Z, I feel like I've been talking about this a lot, we have to make 3 jobs just to make ends meet. And that's not fun money, that's money so that we're not homeless on the streets. And I think this Gen X might, not agree with this statement, but I feel like Gen Z has to work 3 times as hard and not get any of the payout.
Yeah. First off, let me say this to these stupid motherfuckers. Hustling is not a good thing. You ain't supposed to have 3 or 4 fucking jobs.
Nah.
Doing Uber Lyft, Uber Eats, DoorDash, pick up trash. You're supposed to have 1 job.
Yeah. I mean, you got the American flag behind you. We talk about freedom. I mean,
because I'm American.
Freedom to make your own choices. Man. Live your life the way you want to.
Yeah.
But I will say on this note too, like when it comes to the cost of living, Republicans pump out, oh, it's inflation, it's inflation, it's inflation. The Democrats, they want to spend money on programs and it's leading to inflation. It's like the bigger issue at play here has been corporate price gouging. These companies are billion-dollar, hundreds of billions of dollars that are, they're raking the American people over the coals for their own benefit because the political system is bought and paid for by them, and they won't do anything about it. Like in the state of Maryland right now, like, if I went to buy a pack of cigarettes the other day, it was like $16.
God damn.
The other thing that they did was that they raised fees on, you go to renew your registration fee, right? Now, the thing here is that Republicans...
I guess each lung is $8.
Right. Republicans, man, they don't want to fund services that people need. They don't really care about transportation, education, quality healthcare. Like, these are things we should all want. And the Democrats are like, well, we want them, but we're going to make the American people pay for them. And it's like, we need to be talking about that there has been the greatest extraction of wealth from young to old and poor to the very, very, very rich, that the middle class is disappearing, and that we have an enormous amount of wealth that is concentrated in the hands of very few white men. And that is what's going on here. And that we need to rein that in. We need to tax them. We need to take the money that they have looted from this country back. And then we need to fund the American people.
I don't see why
and
not.
Close the loopholes. There's no reason that people that these corporations aren't paying any, like, $0 in federal taxes. Like, that's what is going on here?
That whole thing crazy. That whole thing is crazy. Like, I can't believe you said $17 for just a pack of cigarettes. Wasn't that like a carton price?
Yeah.
I remember my mom used to go get the Territon 100s. Them Jones, she used to get like 2 boxes of them. How much are those? And now One pack? One pack of Newports is $17.
And this is the thing about Democrats,
I
too.
better have the whole Virginia leaf.
Yeah.
From the colonial times.
No, like a construction worker
I
gets
need a
off their
Powhatan cigar, okay?
Yeah,
$17. But go ahead.
My
Sorry.
God.
Or like a construction worker gets off their shift. They go to 7-Eleven, they buy a pack of cigarettes, and they're like, okay, what the fuck? This cost me another $2. This is an outrageous price, right? They're gonna blame the Democrats. And these were Democrat policies in the state of Maryland. And it's like, so then, okay, let me go vote Republican. Let me go vote 100% against my own interests. Let me go vote for somebody who's going to enact policies that are going to take away services that I want. Like my schools are going to get worse. My healthcare is going to get worse.
Yeah.
Like, but Democrats have not offered something. They have not offered their own economic populism, and they have not offered that, hey, we are the wealthiest country in the history of the world. We are the wealthiest state in the wealthiest nation, and that we could actually take care of the people of Maryland and give them the livelihood that they deserve. But we just would have to do things that our donors that fund our campaigns don't like. And well, they're not going to do it.
I want to get back to the economy, but I got a quick question to ask you about Hogan. How is he perceived in your county? And apparently he's not doing too good in the election. But go ahead.
I think he's going to lose. I think that Kamala Harris being at the top of the ticket is going to boost them because there's going to be more turnout. Like voters are more energized. But I mean, I really don't like Hogan. I mean, I represented a district that
a lot of people like him.
The red line. Well, people like him.
A lot of Democrats like him.
With me.
Right, because he's a master messenger. He's he would go on to CNN and MSNBC and say, hey, Orange Man bad.
Yeah.
Or and like during the pandemic, it's like, yeah, like I'm gonna listen to scientists, and it's like, oh, look at this good Republican, he's better than the rest of them. But it's like, okay, this guy's policies were also terrible. I mean, he gutted state agencies. He canceled the red line. He deprived my community of like a vital economic revitalization and a transportation system that was going to allow people to go between the West Baltimore County and Baltimore City and connect people to jobs. And he canceled that. Just fucked where I live over. And I think something else that y'all should look up that I don't think is getting enough coverage. And I think Democrats should talk about this, but his chief of staff, Roy McGrath, at one point, the chief of staff, the right-hand man of the governor, ended up on the run from the feds, got an indictment and he ran. He wound up in Tennessee and died did he get killed by a cop or did he commit suicide, right? Now, while he was on the run, a book got published on Amazon with like a author who was like anonymous, or I don't remember his name. Oh, Ryan Cooper. It was Ryan Cooper, and in this book, it just outlines that Larry Hogan is basically Frank Underwood, and he knew about the illegal things that were going on, and he threw me under the bus and whatever. It's just like, okay, outside of the policy and whatnot, it's just like, doesn't that say something if your chief of staff is getting, in a shootout in Tennessee?
That sounds like
the FBI. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Ian,
that's a red flag to me about voting for somebody like that. But
I didn't think you were going to take it there. That's like some Seth Rich type shit. So Ian, can you tell the people where they can reach you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. Ian Miller. I think 004. But yeah, no, I'd love to connect. We're always out here trying to challenge the people in power in the Democratic Party and move it to the left and reorient what our platform and our policies towards real working people and just telling the truth about what's going on, and that we live in a political system where both parties have been bought, that we need to be organizing our own communities outside of this election and what happens at the national level. That is the most important thing. That's the most important thing, that we are building networks of people and organizations that are based around compassion, and that we're there for one another. That's what we need to build. No matter what happens, our country is not headed in a good direction, and things could get a lot worse and probably will. And we got to be there for one another. And so, get involved, please vote. But, beyond voting, learn who your elected officials are, become literate about what's going on, get involved with people that are doing work for people. And yeah, that's my piece.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
All right.
I see the book you referenced to. I'm looking right at it. It's a two-booker too. I'm loving
Okay.
it. I gotta
No,
get that.
you gotta watch.
Read it.
Yeah, I mean, just if you look up on YouTube and watch the news coverage, it's crazy. It's
I
like,
gotta check
what
it
is
out.
going on?
Never
But
heard of
anyway,
that.
thank you,
All
gentlemen.
right.
You have a great
Thank
rest
you,
of your
Ian.
night.
You
All
too,
right,
man.
peace.
Cool. Thank you for joining the show, brother.
Indeed, bruh.
As long as you've been a YouTuber, I've been a YouTuber. It's consistency, and you've been doing it. So tell the
This is a
people they can
pleasure,
reach you,
bruh.
brother.
This is a pleasure. Find me on the channel with Cool. I'm in and out that thing. I don't do the pause game. I know I'll pause, whatever. Yeah, all that. You could also find me on Instagram, Mr. Kool with the Z. That's MIZTERKOOL. Pleasure is, man, this was awesome, Brian. It's been a while since I did a collab and actually like sat down and talked some intellectual, political. People on YouTube are scared to do this. And I'm glad that there's like-minded folk out there that don't mind talking this shit. Like, who wants to talk about the trending rap topics all day and every day, or the trending Megan Thee Stallion, whatever the fuck she doing now? I want to talk what's going to change lives right now. And this was a pleasure. I enjoyed every minute, bro. Enjoyed every minute.
Look what God did.
Yeah, right.
All right, you guys, thank you for joining Ishtalk. We'll be back Wednesday with a brand new show. Stay black.
The money in the way, that's Ishtalk. I beg you all. We from the bottom, come from nothing. Who say they say, we say we know. They say you running plays, that's Ishtalk. You say you getting paid, that's Ishtalk. You see me with my babe, that's Ishtalk. The money in the way, that's Ishtalk.